Okay, kicking off a brand new week here, everybody. So glad you are with us here today. And of course, the question I've been asked all weekend long is Barry down from that high of clutching the ticket for the Troy Trojans to the College World Series?
Oh man, he's John Longshore. I'm Barry McKnight, and no, I'm still basking in the afterglow, as they say, as Troy wins the Troy Super Regional, beating Little Rock by scores of 12-2 and 7-2, and we are off to the College World Series down here in Troy, Alabama, and I could not be more excited for a lot of different reasons, John. Goodness gracious.
Oh boy,
I
can imagine.
The presentation on TV, of course, I did the radio broadcasts. And I mean, you know how invested I am in it anyway. It was almost teared up over the whole thing. But John, just the fact that Skylar Meade and the Trojans have earned this bid, it's first time ever in the Division I College World Series. But I thought that, and former Alabama pitcher Lance Cormier was part of the ESPN broadcast. Clay Matvick was the play-by-play guy. I thought just the whole thing on television played stupendously. There were 7,033 fans yesterday, and John asked this last week. The capacity of Riddle Pace Field is 2,500. There were 7,000 yesterday. There were 6,800 in the Friday game. The ESPN. There were people standing up in the corner of Veterans Memorial Stadium that had a good view and everything. It was
parking decks.
The whole thing was really exciting for Troy and for Troy University and for baseball and all that. I thought the public relations aspect, the exposure cannot be overstated.
Barry, it's interesting that that's one of the first things that you talked about this morning, because I totally agree. I watched most of all of both the games that were on television, as well as listening to you, of course. I thought the presentation was phenomenal, fantastic. The way it portrayed Troy. There again, the fans, obviously it was standing room only. It was overflow crowds. They talked about what was going on out in the infield, as well as the football stadium, the parking decks, whatever. But just the overall look. I mean, one of the camera angles, you could see the steeple of a church behind the center field wall across the street. You could see the new student rec center, I guess it is, that was built there on the corner. And then they had an overhead shot at one time, and you could see everything. I just thought the way it portrayed, I think people around the country thought, well, where is this again? I mean, this is really pretty. It's a beautiful setting. There are a lot of people there. Obviously, as they were describing Troy and their path to get to the Super Regional, I'm with you. I just thought the presentation was extremely positive.
It was, of course, one of the duties I have at Troy, one of the many duties besides with athletics, is I work with the Office of Communications, Public Relations, Outreach, and all that stuff. If you ever call the Troy main switchboard and you get put on hold, you hear my voice in the background talking about Troy's got the upcoming such and such and so. Find out more. That's me. And the person who I directly report to, her name's Leslie Scrushy, and she was on the field, and we were talking about I asked her, everybody's going crazy. I asked her if she could put pen to paper and figure out just how much dollar value there is for Troy University in the showcase of the last couple of days. And we're thinking tens of millions that you would have to spend to get that same type of exposure, particularly positive exposure in the open public relations market. And, and they got it for free, and it was successful. And Coach Meade is super with that kind of a thing. And the Trojans are going to Omaha now, where that exposure will continue.
Oh, yeah. Great. One of the, if not the kind of Cinderella story, you'll hear all the storylines about how Troy got there and, That I think at one time, at one point in time, wasn't the team like 500 at one time, and then they got on a big run and came through Montgomery and of course Tallahassee and then the super regional. But just their path to get there, I think is going to be a really neat story.
I remember Troy played at UAB, not at Regents Park, but in their little home park. I had to broadcast them out in the concrete stands, and Troy won that game. That was May the 12th, John.
Oh, wow.
That was less than a month ago. They won that game, and that was the first time all year that Troy had been over 500. They had a winning record for the first time all year on May the 12th. Part of it was because obviously Troy had their struggles. It can't be discounted. But also Troy played the number one non-conference strength of schedule in the country. Vanderbilt, Georgia twice, Alabama twice. Both of those teams are still kicking in the super regionals. More on that in a moment. Vanderbilt, two Big Ten schools. It was part of it as well. So it has been a Cinderella story, and I really have enjoyed it. We're heading out on Wednesday. Troy will play, I believe it's official. If it's not been officially announced, it's going to. Troy will play the opener, I believe, on Friday. There's 2 games Friday, 2 games Saturday, 2 games Sunday. 2 Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday of next week, not this week, but next. And then the championship series begins a week from Saturday, and Troy is in it. Let's see who's also in it, shall we? Also in,
yep.
Georgia is in. They beat Mississippi State 2 games in the Athens Super Regional. Texas is in. Texas wins 2 games against Oregon in the Texas Super Regional. Alabama is still in. I was trying to watch that game, but they had rain and lightning yesterday in the 8th inning. So they will resume at 11 o'clock this morning against St. John's. Alabama wins the first game on Saturday, and they played yesterday. Alabama's up 8-1 against St. John's in the 8th, John. So what they're going to do is I don't know how much of a crowd they're going to have out there, but they're going to open up Sewell Thomas Stadium. Alabama's up 7, and everybody get in 11 o'clock in the morning, and there'll be 6 outs, and then Alabama will dogpile, and they'll go to the College World Series.
11 o'clock this morning, 6 outs, and 400 people in the stands. But hey, whatever it takes to
can't do it.
Get I don't know what side is I guess St. John's is happy about it. Hey, we get to regroup and kind of
season's not over. We get to play.
Maybe we can pull something out. The other side of the tide's going, let's go. What are we waiting on? Another problem we got with baseball. I mean, come on. Could you not play in the rain? I mean, heck, I played golf in the rain yesterday. Give me a break. But I'm sure St. John's is probably going, okay, well, do we have to play at 11 o'clock tomorrow? Can we drag it out a little further?
They had a couple of shots at Sewell Thomas, and I was trying to watch it, of Kalen DeBoer up there.
Yeah, he was enjoying his popcorn, it looked like.
Yeah, no kidding. I was about to say that man loves him some popcorn. Woo! That game, that super regional is all but over. They got to finish it up this morning at 11. The Lawrence super regional is still going on. Oklahoma versus Kansas. That was postponed in the 3rd inning. Pretty close game. Closer game. That'll resume at noon today.
Oklahoma beat up Kansas pretty bad, I believe, in game 1. If I saw
15-1.
Yeah,
15-1 on Saturday. I don't know if you heard. Ole Miss is in the College World Series. Ole Miss. And I got a really nice text from a buddy of ours, David Kellum. You and I know him. He's the voice of the Ole Miss Rebels. He said, I'm happy for us, but I'm super happy for you. I got so many texts from so many people. Ole Miss, well, they beat Auburn 2 games. It only took 2. Ole Miss beats Auburn 6-4 on Friday. 5-3 on Saturday. 2 close games, but that does not make the Auburn fans feel any better about it. So
no, it doesn't. But I want to thank everybody on Tighter Insider for giving all the updates and comments and post-series analysis on Auburn and Ole Miss. It was very thorough, informative, and entertaining, I will say. But I do want to give a shout-out to all those folks on Tighter Insider that were on top of that. Yeah, that was a tough one, no doubt. Auburn in positions to take care of business. Ole Miss with some hot bats.
Auburn without hot bats.
Yeah,
Auburn couldn't get a big hit in a big situation to save their lives.
Yeah, it was a pretty good Ole Miss crowd there at Plainsman Park, which I'm sure probably irked the Auburn fans that were there as they were carrying on and cheering and getting all happy and giddy.
Troy is in. Alabama is about to be in.
Whoa, wait a minute now. Wow, put the mouth on them.
Yeah. I mean, they're up 8-1. They win the first game big.
So if they get 2 runs in this inning, is it over? Is there a 10-run rule or something?
No,
or
there is no 10-run rule in the NCAA tournament. You got to play it out. There was a chance for 3 teams from the state of Alabama to make the Elite 8 of college baseball, a.k.a. the College World Series, but unfortunately that will not come to pass.
Let's don't get the cart before the horse just yet. You know, there's a lot of funny stuff that can happen when you get into a delay and pitchers get cold and tight. So like this, the guy that was pitching go back out there, they put somebody else out there.
No, he's done. He's done. You get like Wilkins Thurgood the 7th, who's on the team because his daddy contributes to the program. Throw him out there. Oh, boy, golly gee, I get to pitch in the Super Regional. Just, you know.
Yeah, you let him give up a couple of dingers quick. Oh,
yeah. Geez. It may end up, I mean, right now, Alabama's got to play. It's 11 o'clock in the morning. My wife's cousin Peter is a ticket taker there, and he's got to troop his way out there, if he's even working the game, and stand there. Let them in free. Don't take tickets. You know, just let them all in. If you
I'm with
up at 11 and getting out there at 11 o'clock in the morning,
make it general admission. I mean, what the heck? I saw if you had a ticket from yesterday's game, they'd let you back in. Just
so
look, if you show up on a work day at 11 o'clock, yeah, I'm with you. Just let them in.
North Carolina's in. Troy's in. The only 2 that are not finished yet are the Lawrence Super Regional and the Tuscaloosa Super Regional, and that's because of rain.
Yeah.
So that's where we stand right now in the College World Series. Again, it begins on Monday. All of the games are going to be on ESPN. And unless there's rainouts or delays and all that, then they may move it. But I will say this as well, and I've said this for years. I wish Major League Baseball television announcers were as good as college baseball announcers. I don't know if anybody, I mean, I love Clay Matvick. He was actually the one who called Troy's upset football win at LSU in 2017, and he called Troy in the Super Regional. It was good. Lance Cormier is really good. Former Alabama pitcher. He did a wonderful job. I was watching the Texas-Oregon Super Regional with Carl Ravitch, who's not great, along with Chris Burke and Kyle Peterson, Ben McDonald, former LSU pitcher. They do a great job. They make it exciting. They make, you know, hey, such and such, let's check. The juice is better than anybody who does Major League Baseball.
The color analyst during the Troy game, did he play at Florida State?
No. The color analyst is Lance Cormier. He was a pitcher at Alabama.
Well, maybe it was the guy doing the Alabama series because they referenced maybe the Troy victory and the guy was kind of giving him the business because Troy had beaten Florida State. I get mixed up of what duo was doing what series.
Yeah, I do too.
But I think really he was doing the Alabama game. Now that I think about it, he was okay. I thought the Troy broadcasters were better than the Alabama broadcasters. I didn't listen to the Auburn broadcasters, Barry, because I had in the booth on my phone that somebody had sent me so I could listen to Andy the whole time. I don't think the kids were in the press box for this game, but boy, there was a ruling that down third base or something, and I thought Andy was going to jump out of the booth. I agree, Andy, it was not a strike. They called it a strike. I understand why you were a little upset about that. So I did not hear any of the ESPN broadcast crew for Auburn Ole Miss because I was listening elsewhere.
And don't get me wrong. I take no offense because Andy's one of my best friends in the world because John's not complaining.
No.
If John could have sliced the audio of that up and put it into a bowl of cereal with a spoonful of sugar and maybe some strawberries or bananas on top, John would have eaten it with a spoon.
I mean, isn't the key to engage your listenership and keep them at the edge of their seat and want people to listen to you? And he's outstanding at that.
The difficulty there is for him, not for you. The difficulty there is that John doesn't have to listen to the broadcast to know what's going on. Guys on the VIP text line, they're like, oh, the Aub took strike 2, should have swung, Oh, how did they not call that a strike? It was only a foot out. Give the pitcher a break, that kind of a thing.
Yeah.
John doesn't have, he can just sit here and look at his texts on his phone and he can know exactly what's going on, but he still chooses to listen to Andy.
It's good stuff.
And
I thoroughly enjoy it. So it was good. It was a good weekend. I got to tell you, I think the missus was a little confused. She's looking at me like, what's with all the baseball? I said, well, we got 3 teams from inside the state playing to go to the College World Series. So I did watch more baseball than I'd ever imagined I would. And, it was kind of good. I kind of enjoyed it. That in the Memorial, I was watching some golf as well. Did not watch UFL football. I will say that. I don't even know who was playing, but I saw it on my satellite radio. They're still that thing's still going on. I thought they were over.
To be honest, I didn't know who the 2 guys were that were playing in the playoff at the Memorial either. So
I'm not sure Jack was either. Jack's probably going, wait a minute, I got to go shake hands with this guy.
Is that Jack?
Jack. 4-shot lead and had to hold on to go to 2 extra holes.
Jack, stop. That's the caddy. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. Oh, well.
Range Pro had that guy on his bingo card yesterday. I certainly would not have. All right. So we got some baseball later today. The Crimson Tide. Barry says they're in. I don't know. We got to play 6.
They got like 6 outs or something to get. They're leading by a jillion. Who knows?
Yeah, we'll see how that plays out later today. Yeah. Also, Troy packing their bags, heading to Omaha on Wednesday. We got a lot more going on today as well. News of the day. We will certainly get it going. And your chats always on the River Region Straw chat line. They're rolling in today. Feel free to comment at your leisure. Any comment or question, we'd love to have it on our River Region Straw chat line. You can email us longshore@gmail.com.
He's John Longshore. I'm Barry McKnight. This is Longshore and McKnight in association with Yellowhammer News, presented by Bud Light.
Phoenix Physical Therapy is ready to help patients recover, recharge, and rise. They develop a customized therapy plan for each patient to get them back to enjoying their favorite activities. Their experienced team is committed to providing exceptional care in a professional environment. Whether you're looking to prevent or treat an injury, recover from a recent illness, or recuperate from surgery, schedule an appointment with one of their clinics and take advantage of physical therapy, athletic training, workers' comp, and employer solution services. Get back in the game, get back to work, and get back to life with Phoenix Physical Therapy. To find a location near you and to schedule an appointment, go to phoenixphysicaltherapy.com. That's phoenixphysicaltherapy.com.
All guests of Longshore McKnight appear on the City of Montgomery guest hotline. Check out the most interesting and informed personalities in sports covering Auburn, Alabama, Troy, ASU, and all the major teams from across the country. John and Barry have the best guests brought to you by the City of Montgomery. To find out everything you need to know that is going on in the capital city, check out montgomeryal.gov. That's montgomeryal.gov, the capital of dreams.
Spring is in the air, and your garage door deserves a fresh start. At Dixie Overhead Door, we're helping you get ahead of wear and tear with a $49 garage door tune-up designed to keep everything running safely and efficiently. Even better, it's included for Dixie Cares Plan members. Noticed a problem? Save $50 on any repair and let our trusted team handle it quickly and professionally. Count on reliability, savings, and service you can trust.
Okay, welcome back in, everybody. About 20 minutes to the top of the hour, or bottom of the hour, actually, as we're swinging around there. 20 minutes, 7:20 here on a Monday, hour number 1. A lot of baseball, obviously, a lot of excitement there on what the College World Series will be made up of. But we know some of the teams that are already there, obviously Troy being one of them. I don't know much about West Virginia. I got to tell you, I don't know much about West Virginia baseball.
It is. They have had an easier path. They hosted the regional. They hosted the super regional where they played Cal Poly. They got a very good coach. His name is Steve Sabins, Sabins.
Yeah.
And they're legitimate. Again, it's not official, but it's my guess that Troy will play West Virginia in the first game of the whole College World Series in Omaha on Friday at 2. I know they play on Friday. I think it's at 2:00. I'm not.
I think I did. They showed a bracket. I don't know about the time, but I did see it was West Virginia. They showed that after Troy had won, and I guess maybe West Virginia had won earlier in the day, and they had already had those two teams seated, ready to go.
Well, also, this is going to be something worth watching. The NBA Finals. The Knicks lead the finals 2-0. And they're coming to Madison Square Garden tonight, 7:30 ABC. It's the first time for the Knicks in 27 years. And the president's going to be there tonight.
Yeah, I saw that. Stephen A. Smith's not real happy about it, but who cares? Who cares what his – I mean, so what? I mean, is that news? Well, Stephen A. is not happy that the president's coming to the game. Okay.
Well,
so what?
Here's why he's not happy, or why I think he's not happy. I don't necessarily watch him. But the Knicks owner, James Dolan, longtime Republican deal, he's the one that invited President Trump. It's the first time a sitting U.S. president has ever attended an NBA Finals game. Of course, everybody has a reaction. Trump could, scratch his shoulder, and everybody would have an opinion on that. Madison Square Garden, strict no bag policy.
No bag.
TSA style screening.
Yeah.
I mean, you know how some people are. It's so funny. Like in Bryant-Denny Stadium. So-and-so, you must bring a clear bag. And I promise you, they'll get calls from some old blue hair in Mountain Brook saying, well, I bring my houndstooth bat for 40 years, and I always you tell me I can't bring my bag because it's not clear. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, that's right.
That's what we're telling you. No clear bags. I'm telling you, if some of those hoity-toity Knicks fans come in there and they think, well, they'll let me bring. This is very small. No, they won't. Fans have been encouraged to arrive at least 2 hours early. You've had to do that, right? Whenever you was it the Superdome when you were, or Atlanta?
No, I was over in Atlanta. It was for a national championship game.
Do you remember which one?
Well, it was against Georgia. Was that the Tua game? Was that
might have been the Tua game? Yes.
But yeah, had to get there way early because Trump came to that game. So yeah, a little earlier than I thought. And I was actually, believe it or not, when Alabama played Michigan in the Rose Bowl, I was there early because my ride was leaving early. It was either that or walk. So I said, well, I guess I'll go with you. Now, killing 3 hours at the Rose Bowl before kickoff is not fun. Hey, I had to do that in Miami as well against Michigan. What is it about Alabama and Michigan? Of course, that game, I bogarted my way into a Michigan pregame party and enjoyed their food and beverage and entertainment. They had a band playing, too. It was a lot of fun.
The get-in price... And by the way, they had a big watch party scheduled for outside Madison Square Garden. That ain't scheduled no more. No more watch party with thousands of undocumented people gathering outside where the president is. The get-in price for Game 3 was approaching $10,000 on Saturday before settling in at around $6,000 on Sunday. NBA Commissioner Adam Silver admitted it was frustrating that more people can't afford to attend. Well,
is that just the scalpers market? I mean, I saw those prices as well. I'm thinking $10,000 for one game that could go 7.
They had online, resellers at the Troy Super Regional. And I'm thinking, I mean, there's thousands of dollars for parking until that finally settled down a good bit as well. The scalpers they're a scourge.
I don't get the prices of athletic events. I really don't. I mean, it's what, 2-3 hours of your life, but New York, there's a lot of money in New York, and maybe 10 grand to them seems like $100, not 100 grand, but that's a little much for me. I assume Trump will be in a box.
No, he's going to be out in the middle of the stands over there.
Well, I'm thinking he's either going to be on the floor or in a box, but I got to assume they're going to have him in a box for this game. Does he stay for the whole game? I doubt it. What's the crowd reaction going to be when they see him? I don't know. I don't know. That'll be interesting to see. Man, he probably knows that going in, that it could be a mixed bag. But certainly looking forward to the game tonight, 7:30 on ABC. We'll get into that a little bit more in detail, probably in less than an hour, I would think. That might be something that we might delve into, particularly after what happened on Friday night in the NBA Finals.
We can do that.
Don't want to show my hand too much.
I agree with Commissioner Silver of the NBA. It is a shame that ticket prices get so high that fans cannot afford to go. $6,000 just to get into Madison Square Garden. It's unconscionable. With that in mind, I'd like to salute Auburn. They have kept ticket prices very reasonable for tomorrow's friendly ahead of the World Cup. Iceland will take on Argentina. The world's best player ever, Lionel Messi, probably won't play. He's got a hammy that he's got to get right for the World Cup. But the ticket prices have remained reasonable.
Oh, yeah. Well, there's a reason. There's a reason
continuing to drop for tomorrow night. I think it's 7:00.
Yeah. Now I don't know if Auburn is responsible for setting the ticket price, or the World Cup sets the ticket price, but I don't know. I don't think Auburn bought all these tickets and is reselling them, but that's really not the point. I did not know ticket prices were coming down, but if in fact that is true, and I have no reason to doubt you, my first inclination is fire sale, get rid of them, whatever it takes. We don't want to eat all these tickets. Put them under windshield wipers. Give them to church groups. Whatever we can do.
Are you talking about the World Cup game or week 2 against whoever the heck it is?
Week 2, Auburn, Southern Miss. That's the home opener at Jordan-Hare.
Oh, that'll be
a good crowd for that. They'll have a good crowd for that.
Doesn't it speak to something? I don't want it to be that way because Auburn is a cultured, urbane, highly intellectual university.
What was that word? Urbane? Cultured?
Urbane, yes. But the world will look on it and say, you had a chance to see Lionel Messi, and you didn't fill that place up like every other stadium he goes to, and instead you're spending out the wazoo to go see Southern Miss football come in? All right. That's
I don't
what
know.
the world will look at. And
I'm hoping the weather forecast is good. It's about 50% tomorrow night. I don't know. I mean, do we know how many tickets have been sold? Have they announced that, or is that kind of privileged information?
John has never been a guy who's really paid much attention to pronouns. I'm us, they. What? But the pronoun misuse there is egregious. When he says, do we know? We all know who he's saying. He's not saying, do we know? He's saying, Barry, do you know? So you got to get the pronouns right. And I do not. I must admit, in my defense, I have been a little preoccupied.
I can understand
this weekend calling a super regional championship for my school where I did not look and say, I bet John will ask me on Monday how many tickets have been sold for the Argentina-Iceland match at Jordan-Hare Stadium.
I've been watching a lot of Law and Order, and I've noticed that the attorneys use phrases like that, all knowing what the answer is, but they phrase it in that manner
Did you not?
So that's kind of where I get that from I guess Law and Order episodes. But you think if Pat Dye was still with us, he'd go to that game? You think he'd be there watching soccer on his field?
Yes, absolutely he would.
No
doubt. I remember one time when I guess it was Andy. Yeah, it was. I can't remember the year, but Andy was doing the radio play-by-play for Auburn women's basketball. I think it was 1997, back when I first started with John, and I was doing the color. And Auburn had a really good year. They won the SEC women's basketball tournament and going to the NCAAs. And somebody asked Coach Dye if he was going to go to the game. He said, heck yes, I'm going to the game. He says, if you don't think I love winning, then you don't know anything about me and all that. So I think he would go the game. The only reason why he would not would be because it doesn't count. It's an exhibition. And it is. It doesn't count. Iceland can beat Argentina by 1,000,000. So,
but the real World Cup starts this weekend?
No. Well, maybe it does. Heck, I've got to look. Yeah, it begins.
For some reason, I feel like that sounds about right. But
it's coming up. It's this month, definitely.
Yeah.
But,
so this is a little exhibition before they get going.
They call exhibitions, they call them friendlies.
Friendlies.
Which I like. That's a nice thing.
Yeah.
That's nice. That's nice. Hey, like if you're going to go get the ball on your foot and everything and somebody else is running at you and he could really just, he can go Reuben Foster on you. But no, because this is only friendly.
Yeah, they're probably not going 100%.
Yeah, the World Cup does begin on the 11th. Which is Thursday. Yeah, it does begin this week.
Yeah,
but it's way early. Like the USA plays Paraguay. Canada plays Bosnia and Herzegovina, which I think is where Casino Royale was set on that.
I think so. Yeah.
Something like that. South Korea and Czechia. Stuff like that.
This is going to kind of get into Braves broadcast time. People are going to be, a lot of is the sports media going to be talking about one of the hottest teams in Major League Baseball, or are they going to be swamped with World Cup coverage over the next several weeks and kind of push Major League Baseball over to the side?
See, I don't know. It may create some difficulties for some baseball teams because the games on Thursday are all out of the country. The games on Thursday are in Mexico. Friday, you got a game in a match. I'm sorry, in Toronto and a match in Los Angeles. Saturday, it's Boston, Vancouver, New York, San Francisco, Philadelphia on Sunday with Houston, Dallas, and Monterrey, Mexico. Atlanta will host a game. I'm pretty sure it'll be at Mercedes-Benz Stadium up there.
I think so.
On Monday, a week from today, Atlanta, it'll be Spain versus Cabo Verde.
Never heard of them.
Didn't you?
Cabo Verde.
I want to say that's where.
Cabo Verde.
That's where Malzahn used to vacation or something like that. Cabo Verde?
I've heard of Cabo San Lucas, but I've never heard of Cabo Verde.
Yeah. Anyway, it's a thing. They got a soccer team and everything.
Sounds like
Cabo Verde. Somebody get up. It stands for Green Cape. I mean, that's what the English.
I've never heard of that.
Cabo
That is
Verde.
news to
Anyway,
me.
hopefully there'll be more people in the Atlanta Stadium for that one that really counts. And Spain's awfully good.
I think there will be
at the friendly with Iceland.
Yeah, I told you story about a friend of mine trying to get World Cup tickets last October and couldn't get them. It's on his iPad right before a golf tournament. I said, "Man, what are you doing?" So I'm trying to get me some World Cup tickets.
Yeah, the Cabo Verde national team. I like to think I'm a worldly guy. I couldn't tell you the first thing about
that is news.
It's a country in Africa. I'm
okay.
I don't know.
That might be the team I adopt. I might be following them during the World Cup. That might be the team. How my boys from Cabo doing today? Well, they got eliminated 2 weeks ago. Ooh,
very nice.
Sorry,
very
ouch.
Nice.
Can you bet on World Cup? I've never bet on a soccer game. Is it like?
Are you
total
kidding me?
Points?
It's probably the most bet upon thing
Yeah.
in the whole world.
I mean, half a point, half a goal. Because there's not a lot of scoring in soccer, which is
wait a minute.
another thing that bores me.
The total is 5 under. I'll take the under all day. I honestly don't know. Well, we'll take a break.
Scoring. Barry, yeah, we will. And when we come back, I've got another example of reading between the lines. This one jumped off the page, hit me across the face. I thought, do people actually expect us to believe this? Really? More when we return.
It's Longshore and McKnight in association with Yellowhammer News, presented by Bud Light.
This summer, Dixie Electric Plumbing and Air is on a Jurassic hunt for the oldest HVAC systems and water heaters in town. If your system is a fossil, now's your chance. Replace it between June 1st and July 31st, and you could win big. We're giving $2,500 back for the oldest HVAC systems and $1,000 back for the oldest water heater. Even if you don't win, you still score major savings on your new HVAC system, water heater, generator, and or garage door. Don't let your systems go extinct. Call Dixie, and it's done.
All right, man, grab a Budweiser and take a knee. It is the best time of the year. It's baseball season. That means sunshine. It means behind-the-back peanut tosses. And it means sharing some cold, frosty Budweisers with your boys. Because there's nothing more American than watching America's game with America's beer. So let me ask you something. Are you ready to bring your A game? Are you ready to cheer every frozen rope down the line and amazing catch at the warning track? Are you ready for pitchers' duels and slugfests? Tell me, are you ready for the thrill of an incredible walk-off victory? I can't hear you. Are you ready for Budweiser and baseball? Then get on your feet, raise an ice-cold Bud, and let's make this season larger than life. Great times are waiting. Get some Bud!
Enjoy responsibly. Budweiser Beer, Anheuser-Busch, St. Louis, Missouri.
The Bush Guide, cold and smooth survival skills. If you encounter one wolf, chances are there's a pack nearby. Fortunately, the same applies to beer. Head for the mountains of Bush. The Bush Guide, cold and smooth survival skills. To avoid going in circles, make note of recognizable landmarks, like that.
What's wrong with going in circles?
Different circles, Ross.
Okay.
Head for the mountains.
Okay, welcome back in. About 23 minutes to the top of the hour here on this Monday. So glad you're with us. Hey, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Really helps out the algorithm, they tell us. Tell all your friends, your business associates, church members, whomever you may be with. Let them know. Longshore and McKnight, we're everywhere. Yellowhammer News, yellowhammernews.com, the Yellowhammer News Facebook page, our Facebook page, YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, X, Instagram. So many ways to check us out, and you can consume our content on your schedule. That's the beauty about it. Now, we produce it every weekday morning from 7 until 9. You can watch live. A lot of people do that as well. We greatly appreciate that. But if it's more convenient for you to watch or listen at another time of the day, that's the beauty of it. I know a lot of people listen through their Bluetooth in their vehicles as they're riding around this time of day as well, or really anytime, because you can pull it up on demand. And so we really appreciate it. And really appreciate all of the numbers that are growing month to month. And we see it, and we greatly appreciate it. Couldn't do it without you. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button. Really appreciate it. Okay. Over the years, I've mentioned that, that's not what they're talking about here. They're saying it, but that ain't what they're meaning.
Two things about it. Number one, John has a couple of talents that have always impressed me. Number one, his ability to read between the lines.
Yeah.
I'll look at the same article John has just looked at, and I'll say, John, they didn't say that. And John says, oh, didn't they? I said, I don't read that anywhere. He says, oh, you got to read between the lines. The other thing, John has a very heightened radar, a very heightened sensitivity to what they call in the military Bravo Sierra. John can pick it out from a mile away. I'm just telling you.
Yeah. Well, this one jumped off the page, and it was just reminding me of great articles from the late, great Cecil Hurt and Philip Marshall. There would be articles from time to time. I go, whoa, wait a minute here. I see what. Yeah, I decoded this one.
Meanwhile, I'm no clue.
Well, the commissioner of the Southeastern Conference, Greg Sankey, Friday, I believe it was in discussion about some topics that have been coming up over the last several days and weeks after the SEC meetings in Destin about, well, is the SEC going to break away and do their own thing? What about a super league? A big boy conference, something that I've been lobbying for 25 years. Well, Sankey was being interviewed by our friend Paul Feinbaum on Friday, and these are some of the things that Sankey had to say about the Super League. Greg Sankey shut down the idea Friday of a Super League made up of the SEC and the Big Ten. The SEC commissioner made it clear there have been no discussions with his Big Ten counterpart, Tony Petitti, about it. What seems to be the tipping point in this discussion is this notion, an erroneous notion. I want to be clear about that. And then I shared this with Senator Ted Cruz along with my colleague Tony Petitti. We are not having conversations about a merger. Ding! Yes, they are.
And I'd be looking at the same thing going, John, it specifically says that they are not. Just like when we had former college football playoff spokesman Bill Hancock right in front of us. For many of you, about closer to us than you are to your screen right now. And he said to us, eyes and conscience clear, guys, we're not hearing anything that suggests that there's even an interest in a college football playoff. John had this big old smile. He actually, Representative Hancock did not see it, but I could see it because I was sitting next to him. John kind of did a fist pump under the table. Like, yeah. And I'm thinking, well, what's he all excited about? He just said there's absolutely no conversation about a college football playoff. John held it together. We asked a few more, highly insightful and provocative questions and thanked him for his time. Went to break, and John says, yes. I said, what are you so excited about? He says, we're on the verge of a college football playoff. And I'm like, did you not just hear what he said? He said, not only did I hear what he said, I heard a lot of what he didn't say.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, I don't get it. And it turns out, of course, within 4 years, they have a full-blown college football playoff.
Yeah, I'm thinking, Greg, appreciate it. Done great work. Fabulous commissioner. Saying things like, I don't want the SEC network to be confused with the Big Ten network. I don't think anybody's going to be confused by that. Not at all. When they come together, it'll be the BBC, the big boy network, the BBN, I guess, the big boy network. I don't think that's going to be a problem. He goes on to say, I think the debate between the fan bases of the two conferences is outstanding. That's part of the fodder that's there. We have not had a conversation about some kind of merger or super league. Now, Greggy, you're leading us to believe that at some point in time, you and Tony Petitti have never engaged in a hypothetical, what if we just kind of join forces? How do you think that'd play out?
Over a cognac, poolside or something, maybe a Mai Tai, and say, just run with me here. What do you think, man? What if we'll just play the what if game? What if something? And Tony says, oh no, Greg, we can't talk about that. That would be disingenuous. I don't.
My radar went up. That doesn't seem what's going on here.
Yeah.
And I don't have a problem with Ted Cruz. I mean, obviously we got a lot more important things going on in the world than super leagues. But I got to think Cruz, who is from Texas and probably going to be a presidential candidate at some point in time, is probably well connected with the boosters at Texas Tech, who are funneling millions and millions and millions into college athletics there in Lubbock. which is something that I think we're trying to rein in. We're trying to kind of make it equal on all levels. And if it's not, I think that you don't give the SEC and the Big Ten much of a choice, but to maybe do something on their own and break away and have a super conference. I find it just very, we're not as dumb as you think we are. I think we see what's coming here. And I've said this for forever. How can we sustain what is going on in college athletics and wanting people, alums, graduates, whomever, to continue to funnel money into these athletic departments? I mean, if I'm a supporter at Auburn and I'm giving the NIL, I got to be kind of frustrated. I mean, I think I wanted more than a golf championship. Not to take anything away from it, but I want a little more than that.
That's what people are starting to feel. That's what the NCAA is trying to curtail is, if we can just cut the money down to where everybody is even remotely playing by the same rules, then we'll stave off a little longer what John's talking about. The people, and I've said this before, the people who are starting to expect a return. You're asking tens of millions from me.
Yep.
You know why these people have tens of millions of dollars of expendable income? It's because they are good business people. They make good, solid business decisions. They have good business sense. Sooner or later, like John says, some of these people who are spending millions and 10 millions of dollars are going to look back and say, what's my ROI? Exactly. What's my return on investment? What am I getting out of this? What is the reason why I'm doing this? I know I can't turn a profit. This is not a profitable endeavor for me, but I would like to see more than what I'm getting. I mean, you asked me to donate $1 million or two for this transfer quarterback from Oklahoma. What did that get me? You asked me to spend all this money to get all these guys from such and such and so, and we finish 2-6 in the league or whatever. Sooner or later, as business people, they're going to go to the athletic director and say, I'm not getting a return on the investment I'm making now. There's no way I'm actually spending more.
So,
forget about it.
And this is a little harsh, I'll admit. But I think it's reality. And I thought about this as Kalen DeBoer was enjoying that popcorn last night during the baseball game against St. John's. I think those were his two daughters. One of them's a softball player at Washington. I think his two daughters were there watching the game with him.
Yes.
And I thought, wow, that's great. Little father-daughter outing at the ballpark. A little popcorn. I'm glad they didn't have a tower of empty beer cans, which was shown after the Saturday night game. I think a newspaper article or something. They showed some pictures from the outfield, and whoo, man, they were definitely enjoying sponsor product in the outfield in Tuscaloosa on Saturday night. But
again, I have to point out, John is not scolding those people.
No,
because if he was, that'd be one of the more hypocritical things he's ever said in his life. Because John himself has admitted to drinking beer in the outfield.
Instead of just tossing the cans for the guys to clean it up, they were making little towers of their empty beer cans.
Throw away your beer cans.
I thought it was pretty creative how they did that. But Barry, where I'm getting at here is, and I've seen a lot of this, the only school in the country that went to the college football playoff, the Sweet 16 in basketball, and on the verge of going to the College World Series. That's great.
NCAA tournament in women's basketball.
Yeah, Lady Tide, sure. I don't know what the softball team went to the College World Series as well. Yeah, let me throw them in there. That's great. Man, whoopee. Man, look how this Alabama athletic department is humming. Man, look at all these great success stories, postseason, blah, blah, blah. Joe Bob over there in Notasulga, don't care. You better get that football team winning natties. Tired of spending money. Well, I mean, look at the softball team and the baseball teams in the World Series, and the basketball team made it to the Sweet 16 and don't care. Do not care. That's great. That's window dressing. Let me tell you when I would care. After the football teams wins a natty, then I'll start caring. Hey, look at that basketball team. Huh, look at that baseball team over there. Women's volleyball, look at them. Hey, I see you over there. I know it sounds unfair. I know it's a little harsh. Well, they try just as hard as the football team. I agree. But the donors don't care.
You
They
know,
want the football team to win.
there were two things about that Tuscaloosa regional experience yesterday that struck me. One of them was that, because I thought, and I like Kalen DeBoer, I thought it was nice he was there with his two daughters. Admitted, if this was LSU and they made it to the Super Regionals and they showed Lane Kiffin with two young girls, everybody would say you couldn't take it on faith that those were his daughters.
True.
Well,
Yeah.
but DeBoer, very wholesome moment. You know, his two daughters, one of them home for the summer, presumably from Seattle, Washington, and and everything. But there are an undercurrent of people that I thought about at that moment, thinking, what's he doing at a baseball game? He needs to be out there making calls to recruits. He needs to be out there visiting schools and shaking coaches' hands. We got to get back to the top. You know,
think he was
any
celebrating
moment he
the
spends
commitment
doing
from
something
the
other.
five-star kicker that they got over the weekend.
Yeah.
Like a five-star punter.
People castigate the coaches for doing things like duck hunting, going to a James Taylor concert. Admittedly, he left practice early so he could go.
I mean, we were in the middle of the recruiting season. The season was in play when Bowden did that. To my knowledge, football's pretty much at the lowest point of the year in terms of, these guys are doing what, OTAs or whatever they call them.
Yeah. And number two, the other thing I thought of about that, this doesn't have anything to do with DeBoer because I like him.
Okay, good Waffle House reference. Thanks. That's a good one too.
Every time we mention Malzahn, Chris the Bama brings up Waffle House. Alabama baseball was playing in a super regional. They were hosting a super regional for a chance for Alabama to go to the College World Series for the first time since 1999.
Now, somebody's already penciled them in, even though they got 6 outs and two innings to go.
Yeah, it just prolonged the inevitable. They're playing like 6 outs today at 11 o'clock this morning. So why did they have to do this? Why did they have to put this on the screen at Bryant-Denny Stadium? Why was that a thing? Where
I can't read that. I couldn't read what it said there below.
Well, here's what it says.
Yeah.
Here's what it says. Just for it's on there. It says, fill in the infield seats. Fill in the first and third base seats. Underneath it, at the Tuscaloosa Super Regional, it says, we invite you to help us fill the infield seats and bring the noise. Why you got to do that?
I will say this.
Why does that have to happen?
Well, it was a late arriving crowd.
Usually is. It's a late arriving crowd for the football games.
And they had been there late the night prior, hence the empty beer cans that were shown in newspaper articles. So they were kind of hung over from that. Probably more than anything, this fan base is spoiled. I've been saying that forever. They're extremely spoiled. They've tasted so much success that it is hard to get them a little motivated. I think there are a lot of fan bases out there that are starving for success and will do whatever it takes, and their fan base is extremely loyal and supportive to do it. I'm not so sure. I mean, look, I've been following Alabama football since the 70s. This isn't the first time I've seen this. You'll see it in the football season. Some of these crap games, there'll be so many empty seats in those end zone upper decks. You get a whole row if you want it. So not to say I'm glorifying it. I've just seen a lot of it. It doesn't surprise me. But I will say the television commentators, I believe it was yesterday. These games are kind of all running together.
Me too.
I I'm trying to think of the player that did it. Was it the catcher or maybe I don't know. Anyway, hits a grand slam, blows the game wide open for Alabama.
That was the third baseman, Torres.
Yeah,
Very
Torres. Yeah, got the mustache, the beard and whatnot.
Yeah, that's the guy.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Blows it
Torres.
open, and they're talking about, oh, this place has never been so loud. The place is going crazy. 7,000 people on their feet. I went, 7,000? But it did seem pretty loud. I saw some social media posts on it as well. So, by the time the crowd settled in, got a couple of afternoon cold ones in under their belt, they were feeling pretty good and represented with that grand slam that really blew the game open. But, yeah, today I'm telling you, 11 o'clock today, hey, I'm calling in sick, got to go watch 2 innings of baseball. No. So there won't be anybody there today. But I'm not saying it's okay. It's just I've noticed it. I've seen it forever.
Gates will open at 10 a.m. Fans with tickets assigned for Game 2 will be allowed re-entry by simply showing their ticket upon entrance. Those wishing to attend without tickets can visit the ticket window at Gate 1.
Look,
what
does
that
mean? Fill in the first and third base line, just let them in for free. I ain't paying $10 for 2 innings. While they're at it, Barry, that I don't know exactly what that message said, something about filling in seats on the first and third base line.
Yeah, so we can bring the noise. No,
can they do that at Coleman Coliseum as well and get that media area out of the way, that big eyesore that attracts my attention every time they're on television and the ball goes to that end of the floor? I'm immediately, look at that. Bunch of guys on their phone playing tic-tac-toe. This guy's trying to get a date with this girl over here. Move those guys out of the way. Drives me insane. Terrible
and
look
it does
on
bring
TV.
Quite a bit of commentary on a consistent basis from John.
You just got a gap. You got noise and you got no noise because, media members are not supposed to cheer. At least that's what they say at the beginning of every game in football press boxes as well. But, yeah, I mean, I just I thought the crowd Saturday night was really good. Probably the biggest crowd they've had all year.
Yeah,
probably the biggest crowd they've had in quite some time. But I know this sounds like excuses, but it's Saturday. I'm sure there'd been a lot of pre-gaming going on. It seemed that way by the excitement in the crowd and the boisterous nature of the crowd. It did look like there had been some pre-gaming going on, which I have nothing against that at all. Then you got to wake up and do it again on Sunday at 2:00. It's a little tough. I mean, I'm thinking of me back in the college. Hey, man, you want to go to the game today? Can we go the fourth inning?
In Troy, they had 7,033 at Riddle Pace Field yesterday for the what turned out to be the final game of the Super Regional. And remember last week we had Jason Jones on. He said he thought there'd be about 4,000 fans out there at the tailgate terrace at Doubles Alley. And he was close. I mean, they were there. But, Jay Boroff hit a grand slam on Friday. And you could see even where people were just slinging beer all over the place.
Oh, yeah.
It looked like the Tivoli Gardens or, something like that.
Barry, is that the player who had really not done a lot and then just exploded?
Great kid. Yeah. He's from Pike Road, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
I played at Macon East. He had such a great junior college career. He got to Troy and he was having a great fall. And then he got off to a slow start. And he never really could get it going. Troy was, giving him chances and he just was having difficulty. It was in his head. He had 12 hits all season heading into the conference tournament, heading into the postseason.
Yep.
And he's had like 14 hits since and 25 RBIs and all that. And people were, it was crazy. It was like a big concert. It was like Woodstock out there in left. And they're slinging beer all over the place. And it was Bud Light, Michelob Ultra. That's all we, that's the kind of beer we sell.
Oh, heck yeah.
At Riddle Pace Field. And it was a great atmosphere for sure. But they got started early out there as well. There was a festive atmosphere for that one. But after it's over, pick your cans up. Trash can right there, people.
I'm gonna take a different angle there, Barry. If you're slinging beer and excited, grand slam, everybody's going crazy. What's the difference from leaving a beer can on the ground or filling a tree up with toilet paper? I mean, somebody's coming to clean it up. It ain't gonna be you. Oh,
give me a moment.
Let's sling that toilet paper. Sling all you want, because the city's cleaning this up, not us.
Well,
same thing with
you
beer
give
cans.
me a moment,
let the city pick it up.
If you give me a moment and let some of my texters get to work with a response, I'll have one for you in just a moment. But it'll have to be after the top of the hour break. An hour in already. Eyesore at Coleman Coliseum in the media corner.
Yep.
Check. Rolling.
Reading between the lines. I don't think we're being
check.
Told the exact whole truth.
Yeah. Obbs disappointing and check. We're good. All right. So we can move into the second hour. He's John Longshore.
Looking forward to it.
He's John Longshore. I'm Barry McKnight. It's Longshore and McKnight in association with Yellowhammer News, presented by Bud Light.
Located just 8 miles north of Alabama's state capital, Capitol Hill features 3 18-hole championship courses. With more than 1,500 acres of golf and nature, the pure magnitude of this facility is amazing and allows each course to be drastically different from the others. Capitol Hill also features an innovative 360-degree driving range, 400 yards in diameter. Capitol Hill offers a fully stocked pro shop with the latest equipment and apparel. Great food and beverages in the clubhouse can be enjoyed both before and after your round. Get your group together and hit the trail. Go to rtjgolf.com/Capitol Hill for tee times and more information.
Hey, bro, weirdest thing is happening at the game. This guy sitting next to me says, "You're our good luck charm." Every time I crack a Bud Light, we score a touchdown. Now his entire family wants to buy me Bud Lights. I think I'm some kind of a football prophet. Talk soon. The team needs me.
Anything for Bud Light, the official beer sponsor of the NFL. Stock up today. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2025 Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
The Destin Connection Seafood Market at 3750 Norman Bridge Road in Montgomery has the freshest seafood direct from the Gulf of America. I'm talking red snapper and grouper, all sizes of Gulf shrimp, jumbo lump crab meat and crab claws, Louisiana Bay oysters, and New Bedford scallops. They are a full-service seafood market and kitchen serving po' boys, dinners, and sandwiches. You know, many well-known restaurants in the river region purchase their seafood from the Destin Connection because they know it's the absolute best. Call ahead and your order will be ready for pickup. The Destin Connection Seafood Market, 3750 Norman Bridge Road. Call 288-4272. That's 288-4272. Okay, welcome back in, everybody. Glad you're with us. A couple of minutes past the hour, hour number 2 on this Monday. Tobias checking in today on the River Region Straw chat line, wanting to know about Slippery Rock and the $1 million payouts. Tobias, I've been on that for a while. That's why we need a big boy conference. You don't play teams like that anymore.
Business sense. What he's saying is this, and I read all of these that we superimpose on the screen for our Spotify people and our Apple iTunes people who just prefer to listen to us because they're on the go, which is great. He says, question, gentlemen, instead of playing Slippery Rock over $1 million for an easy win, wouldn't it make business sense to play a big boy in the non-conference instead? And, of course, you heard John's response, and, of course, he's dead wrong, because instead of getting that easy win, and you play a big boy in the non-conference instead.
Yeah.
I know this is going to drive John crazy. And you lose, that loss may knock you out of an even bigger payday as a member of the college football playoff. That's what they're thinking. I'm just telling you, you will lose games like that. The better the opposition is, the more likely it is that they will deal you defeat.
Well, I've never used the mentality, well, we might lose the game. Well, you might win it too. That defeatist mentality is, well, we might, Slippery Rock can beat you. I mean, Troy went and beat LSU. We see that happen all the time. So these so-called, undercard teams, they can beat you. So can the big boys. But if you're going to lose, you're better off losing to a big boy than getting upset by somebody that you're a 4-touchdown favorite against. You certainly don't want that to happen. Then you're definitely knocked out. And as the AD at Notre Dame said last week, even though he says he doesn't want a Super League, let me tell you what it would look like. The networks want to see Notre Dame and Alabama, Georgia and Ohio State, Southern Cal and Texas. That's what they want to see. That's what I want to see. That's where the money's generated. And if you lose a game like that and you're not blown out by 4 touchdowns, you're getting in the playoff at 9-3. You're going to make it. And the fans want it. The people that are buying these tickets, and you're bleeding them dry for NIL and everything else, give them what they want. They don't want Southern Miss and East Carolina. Could care less. Give me a big game every week, and don't give me this mentality, well, we might lose the game. What about the team that wins it? They're in the catbird seat. And if you didn't win it, too bad for you. You should have worked a little harder. But it's in the participation trophy. Everybody's not getting a little slip of paper at the Y like you do when the season's over.
He meant
that
to
ain't
get
how we're
that
doing
in the first hour as well, because that would have checked off, the participation trophy reference for anything that does not immediately win you a national championship.
Oh, Tobias, who you like tonight, by the way, in the game 3 of the NBA Finals? Have you given us that today, Tobias? There's local man still answering your calls because last week you said you were killing him.
Yeah,
I do need to know that. So, look, I've been stumping and preaching that forever. I'm in it. If Greg Sankey comes out today and said, well, maybe I misled you just a little bit last week. We have talked about a super conference. We talked about it again this morning. And you know what? The wheels are in motion, and we're heading down that path. Wow. Greg, I'm all in. Thanks, buddy. Man, this is like Christmas for me. Woo, this would be great. Man,
And then here comes the big old sack of coal when you lose a game you shouldn't have scheduled in the first place, and you're thinking, and what you're going to hear, even worse than the, hey, well, we knew we probably would stand a chance. What I hate is the people who say, well, look at them. They got in and they played an easy schedule. And
they're I'm glad you brought that up.
They're there. You're not. So, maybe you should have done what they did if the ultimate thing is.
Well, see, to me, that's just cheapening it. I mean, look, don't go Indiana and play a bunch of nobodies. I want to see Indiana in a big boy conference playing big boys every week. Now, I don't want to say to diminish what they did.
Because they beat the crap out of everybody they played all season long.
But their non-conference was pathetic. It was embarrassing. And you know what? We're going to circumnavigate the system. We're going to play all these crappy teams to get us there. How about building week to week and doing the best you absolutely can, playing the best competition to get there, not to just sidetrack it. I mean, that's kind of like, I put forth about, 70% effort on this project, Miss Graham. I hope you're okay with it.
Miss Graham actually was a real teacher of his that he actually did do about 70% on a project on. So this is. Are you in any way saying that Indiana backed into it? Because if there has ever been a legitimate CFP era national
to some
champion,
degree.
it's
I
Indiana.
think
they were better than every.
I would have liked to seen Indiana play a non-conference schedule like some of the other teams that made the college football playoff. I would have liked to have seen that.
They got into the playoff, and they beat everybody in front of them. To me, that's
Well,
the
is
way
that
you
what we
do
want?
it.
Do
That's
we just
the
wanna-
way you do it. Just get into the playoffs sooner or later. And I'm not telling you anything you don't already know. Sooner or later, if you're going to win a national championship, you're going to have to beat several really good teams.
Well,
Why
you got to
do
first.
it in September? Why can't you do it in January?
Well, the thing is, I like about that is there again, if you have a big boy conference, you're playing big boys every week. And if you lose 2 or 3 games in a big boy conference, 3 max, you're getting in the playoff. And then let's see what you got there. But you went through a gauntlet of a regular season that engaged your fan base, engaged your conference, all different parts of the country. You don't have people other places going, football season's over, I'm out. Everybody's still in it. And everybody had to play a difficult schedule to get there. Now that they're there, whole new ball game. Let's play Prairie View and let's play Indiana A&T and some of these other crappy schools. We're not going to play any big boys because we play enough of those in the Big Ten. We don't need to play any others. We don't need a big non-conference schedule. So we're going to play, Sisters of the Poor. And that's fine. And that's one way to look at it. I'm not saying they cheated, but I think there's a lot of people that went, wait a minute, they played who to get in here?
Doing it for the fans is weak sauce. Doing it for the fans, we got to play. We owe them a great non-conference schedule every week. You know what you owe them is a chance to root for them in a natty. You owe them a chance, to give yourself the best opportunity to win a national championship. And if you can win a national championship the way Indiana did, I promise you, schools are taking notes.
Old Dominion, Kennesaw State, and Indiana State.
Yep.
Whew. Wow. Those are did they not have to play a D1 non-conference school out of conference?
Every one of them is a D1 school.
Huh. Old Dominion.
Single one.
Are they Power 4?
They are not. They are not Power 4. But they are Division 1.
So they played 3 absolute cupcakes and scored, what I'm trying to do the math here, probably 150 to 23 in point differential in those first 3 games.
Yeah.
If I'm a season ticket holder, that's not what I want. Now, a crappy school like Indiana that's been a doormat forever, I guess you circumnavigate the system and you get a little sneaky and you whatever.
Circumnavigate the system.
That stuff's not going to fly.
All right.
I mean, is that what Auburn and Alabama fans want? Do they want Old Dominion, Kennesaw State, and Indiana? Is that what they want to pay their money, their thousands of dollars in seat licenses and ticket prices to go see that? No.
But what they do, maybe not. I'll grant you that point. But what they would like to see is 38-3 over Alabama, 56-22 over Oregon, and 27-21 over Miami. That's what they'd like to see.
Yeah, but there again, do you want the entire college football world to schedule like Indiana? Is that where we're going? Is that what the networks want?
I don't know if that's where we're going. I think for a lot of schools, that's where they've always been.
Why would they not? If Indiana's going to do it, then we need to do it too.
Yeah,
but they can't because they know their fan base doesn't want that garbage.
Especially if they lose.
I disagree. If you're playing Notre Dame and you think Auburn fans are going to be really ticked off if they get beat by Notre Dame? They're not going to like it. But hey, we gave it our best shot. I'd rather do that than who they got. Samford.
You ask Auburn fans. At the end of the year when they are 9-3. With late losses and late in the year, and they're one of the first ones out of the college football playoff. You ask them, would you rather have played and lost to Notre Dame to sink your chances at national college football playoff, or would you rather have played Appalachian State and you're in and you're playing in Happy Valley?
We're going to take the easy route. We're going to take the didn't our our coaches and teachers and parents say, life's not easy. You got to take the tough route every now and then. You got to buckle down and take the tough route, because you know what? The victories at the end are going to be much sweeter. If you go the easy route, it's really not going to satisfy you. You're not going to accomplish as much, but you beat that big boy and you study hard and buckle down, you're going to feel the pride that you're going to feel. When Auburn plays Notre Dame, I said this a couple of weeks ago. What's that series in 2 years? Next year, maybe even next year. They play Notre Dame next year. They would rather beat Notre Dame than Alabama next year. Is that can people live with that? Would Auburn fans rather go to South Bend and beat Notre Dame for the first time they've ever played, than to beat Alabama in Jordan-Hare next year? Which would you rather do?
This is another great strength of John. It ain't got nothing to do with what we were just talking about, but John will add a little pork to the bill here and say, well, let's frame it like this. And if Barry agrees with me, then he agrees with the whole thing. Yes, Auburn fans would rather beat Notre Dame than Alabama next year.
I'm not looking for an agreement. I'm just laying my case on the table. You lay yours. What do they say on Fox? We report, you decide.
You decide, yeah. There's no way that Auburn fans would say, this is the real question, not would they rather beat Alabama or Notre Dame. The real question is, what it seems like to me that John is asking is, would you rather beat Notre Dame in the regular season than go to the college football playoff? Because a loss to Notre Dame could certainly knock you out. Mama said.
I just, that mindset just drives me crazy. Well, we might lose to Notre Dame.
Well, if they do lose and they get knocked out of there, they're like, I listened to that so-and-so Longshore. I actually believed what he had to say. And look where we are right now, in the dang Gasparilla Bowl.
I have made a career out of trying to educate Auburn people. You can't have that mentality. You can't have this, well, we might lose. Get rid of that. You might win, too. You might win the game.
But if your question is, would rather be Notre Dame or Alabama, in that context, Alabama's not that big of a deal.
Well, I've been preaching that too. But I've been preaching that as well. So get rid of the fourth quarter Dixieland Delight practice session. Get rid of beat Bama on the walls of the football meeting rooms, and anything else over there they associate their program with, and beating the Crimson Tide. You got to get away from that. This free advice ain't gonna last much longer. I'm telling you, I'm gonna start charging you people.
Pretty soon, John's gonna be extinguished with all that. I can't do anymore. If you guys refuse to listen to me, I can't make you listen. I can't force feed you. I can't put an IV in your arm. Sooner or later, you're gonna have to take a big old spoonful of it and eat it. Well, when we come back, it seems as though we're going to have a full segment of the Phantom's Daily Dog. Sometimes it's just a brief mention in passing, but it sounds like this will be a full Phantom's Daily Dog segment, maybe 10 or 15 minutes worth, coming up. It's Longshore and McKnight in association with Yellowhammer News, presented by Bud Light.
Known by avid golfers as one of the most beautiful and challenging stops on the Robert Trent Jones Golf Trail, Cambrian Ridge in Greenville lies just 40 miles from Montgomery. It is well worth the ride for any golfer looking for 27 holes of jaw-dropping golf. The greens have been redesigned to accommodate the higher green speeds associated with their installation of the latest generation of ultra-dwarf Bermuda grass. Cambrian Ridge offers a fully stocked pro shop with all the latest equipment and apparel. Great food and beverages in the clubhouse can be enjoyed both before and after your round. Get your group together and hit the trail. Go to rtjgolf.com/Cambrian Ridge for tee times and more information.
In sports, if you think joy only happens after you win, think again. Look at the world's most successful athletes like Serena Williams, Brooks Koepka, and Alex Morgan. They don't spend all their days grinding away. They take time to enjoy themselves, like getting together with friends over a Michelob Ultra, because they know that happiness is the key to winning, and that joy is the whole game, not just the end game. Michelob Ultra. 95 calories, 2.6 grams of carbs. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. AB Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Hey, you want your property looking its very best this spring and summer, and River Region Straw has premium long needle pine straw to make that property pop. You're not buying sticks, stems, or pine cones. You're buying premium long needle pine straw from River Region Straw. Kenny and his staff have access to the best pine straw in the region, full of color that will last all season long. And now River Region Straw has a fourth location in Chelsea on Highway 280 to go along with their locations here in Montgomery, Prattville, and Auburn. No order is too big or too small, from a few bales to an 18-wheeler trailer load. To get your River Region Straw, drop by any of their 4 locations or give Kenny a call or text today, 669-5959. That's 669-5959, and have the best looking property this spring and summer with straw from River Region Straw. Okay, welcome back in, everybody. About 21 minutes past the hour. Barry, great things going on out at Marguerite's Exquisite Jewelry. Our friends out there doing it again in June, and you need to take advantage of it. You know, Lyle's always got specials going on during, Christmas and Valentine's and Easter and whatnot, but he's always got something going on each and every month. Last month it was Earring Fest in May. Well, this month in June, check this out. Go by and see them. Tell them John and Barry sent you. Buy any of their 3-carat lab-grown diamonds. Any of them, because there's different. There's the cushion shape, there's the oval, there's the round, there's the square. There's all different types of diamond shapes. Yeah. Any one of them. 3-carat lab-grown diamond, only $9.99. 3 carats, wow. $9.99. Your choice, your shape, whatever you want. Just say, hey, man, John and Barry sent me out here to get one of those 3-carat lab-grown diamonds for just $9.99. And, folks, let me tell you, I got pretty good eyesight. Just the naked eye. I mean, I can see things. I can read between the lines. I've been gifted with good eyesight.
He can see things that other people can't see. He is right about this. His eyesight is fantastic.
And I know you've seen him as well, Barry. If you can tell the difference between a lab-grown and a natural-grown diamond with the naked eye, I want to meet you, because you can't.
And
no way.
I'm telling you this is the truth. The ladies, they don't care. They just want a beautiful piece of jewelry. Correct. And probably as much as anything, it's a symbol of how much you love her and all that kind. Lab girl, if it's beautiful, and believe me, the 3-carat diamonds at Marguerite's are unreal. Beautiful. That's all that matters to her. You ain't even got to tell her that you got it at an absolutely astounding price. You can, if she thinks you spent $3,500, $4,000, let her think it. You get to know to yourself with that quiet satisfaction that you only paid $999 for it. You kidding me?
It's amazing. 3-carat lab-grown diamonds, just $9.99. Tell them John and Barry sent you to get that great deal at Marguerite's Exquisite Jewelry. They're on Vaughn Road in Peppertree, adjacent to Chappie's Deli. And, man, that's amazing. Amazing. Yes. Just like Friday was amazing. It really was amazing, but it was a great game. I will say that, Barry. Another great game in Game 2 of the NBA Finals. And I believe I said something like, I know the world's thinking no way the Knicks can go up 2-0 on the road. Not going to happen.
Yeah, in San Antonio, who's been really good on the road. Really good.
That's right. No way the Knicks are going to go in there and steal 2 at San Antonio. Well, you know what? They did. And they were catching 6.5 along the way. You had a cushion. Speaking of that, Diamonds and in the NBA. 6.5 points the Knicks were getting on Friday night. Win the game outright, 105-104. They're up 2-0 as they go to Game 3 Night in the Garden.
The Knicks, with that win, that is 13 straight wins for the Knicks.
Uh-huh.
And people were still discounting them. That's the second longest winning streak in playoff history.
Amazing.
Now, what does that mean for tonight?
Well, I kind of wonder, Barry, because you got San Antonio coming in tonight, game 3, as an underdog. They're a 2.5-point dog in game 3 tonight, 7:30 ABC. But I kind of wonder, though, it's a lot of distractions tonight for the home team. The president's going to be in attendance, added security, delays, things of that nature, kind of getting you off your game. San Antonio, they're in a corner. There's no doubt about it. They got to step up again tonight, but they're getting 2.5 along the way. Okay. I can see San Antonio winning tonight. I really can, but I like the 2.5 just the same. So we're going to go with the Spurs plus 2.5 at the Knicks tonight, game 3 of the NBA Finals.
The Spurs are the 38th team to fall behind 2-0 in the NBA Finals. Only 5 of the previous 37 teams came back to win the title. None of those 5 lost the first 2 games at home.
Oh, maybe something different.
If the Spurs don't win this game, they got no chance the rest of the way. So
I'm with you. This is a do or die for the Spurs. I'm with you there.
Their chips into the middle of the whatever.
I think so.
Win this game, they're going to do it.
Should be a good one tonight from Madison Square. Barry, I wondered about this too. This is a question, and when I heard his name multiple times, I wondered the same thing. What can you tell us about this?
Let me tell you about Houston Markham. He is, again, we mentioned Jay Boroff earlier from Pike Road. Houston Markham is from Pike Road. He's the Troy right fielder. He's a sophomore. He played on that really great Pike Road team with Quinshawn Judkins.
Yeah.
That was so good. And he's a fantastic right fielder. He made 3 defensive plays in right that 2 of them made SportsCenter top 10. One of them should have. And he's a wonderful kid. Boy, if you ever meet Houston Markham, you met a great young man. He says, was that Houston Markham player the son or the grandson of the former ASU football coach of the same name? Yeah, it's his grandson. Houston Markham is former Alabama State football coach Houston Markham's grandson. And, of course, Houston Markham, the elder, won SWAC championships. Great guy. We've interviewed him before and everything. Really a legacy, one of the hallowed names at Alabama State. His grandson is at Troy, and he is another guy who struggled early. He was a starter last year as a freshman. Great player. Struggled early this year, and he's really come on for this team as well. Yeah, that's Houston Markham of the Troy Trojans is the grandson of Houston Markham, former head football
won a
coach
national
at
championship at Alabama State.
Yep,
his grandfather did.
He's had a great legacy. Great legacy. So
he certainly has.
Tobias says, correct, Barry. Never let the lady know you paid for dinner with a gift card too.
True. Yeah, you got to subtly slip that gift card in there when she brings the check. They usually bring in those little booklets, that you can slide the credit card in there, put the gift card in there as well. Yeah. You got to be smooth with that one. It looks like Tobias knows the drill there. Never let them know you bought it with a gift card. Yeah. I love it.
And Plainsman Preston says, hey, those Popeye gift cards aren't cheap. You can do that. So
yeah, that's good stuff there. I don't mind. Look, I guess if you're in the dating phase, you don't want her to think I don't know. You kind of want to put on the big dog a little bit, I guess. So yeah, certainly. No problem. Here, put it on this, put it on my plastic or whatever. So, I get it. Yeah, but there again, diamonds, lab grown, real grown. I'm telling you, they're
beautiful.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, they are absolutely beautiful. And by the way, I thought John was going to ask me this, and I was ready. Knowing what I know about the Auburn basketball program, just remember the June birthstone is the Pearl.
Yeah, it is.
And no,
That's
there is no
right.
such thing as the mini Pearl, except for the lady who was on the Grand Ole Opry all those years. Okay, which is what your nickname is for Stephen Pearl. They have got wonderful pearls as well as Marguerite's. Just throwing that out there for you fellas out there.
So,
as well.
College World Series baseball, man. I'm looking. We were trying to get some of the matchups. And we know that Troy is taking on West Virginia. We know that. We know that North Carolina and Ole Miss are going to get together. We know Texas and Georgia are going to get together. But we're waiting on Alabama, St. John's, and Oklahoma and Kansas. Now, I believe Alabama and Oklahoma are in good position at this moment to square off in Omaha.
Well, Alabama, I mean, if they don't get to Omaha, it will be the largest collapse in the history of ever. I mean, this is times 5 the fighting to put an extra second on at the end of the game so you can kick a 60-yard winning field goal and the other team takes it. This is what I'm talking about with that one. I mean, Alabama's going to do it. They got like 6 outs to get. They're already won the first game, and they're leading the second game. What is it? 7-2, 8-2?
Yeah,
something like that. Yeah, it's 7-2 in the 8th inning.
Okay, so
Kansas is hosting the regional against Oklahoma. Oklahoma won the first game Saturday, big, and they're leading the second game 8-1. So they're in really good shape, except that game's just in the third. That game's got a little bit more ways to go.
So let me get this straight. If Alabama and Oklahoma take care of business later today,
yes,
and then you've got Texas, Georgia, and Ole Miss already in the College World Series, and you've got Troy, which is a team that plays within the state of Alabama.
Correct.
You've got 6 of this 8 teams in the College World Series in the SEC footprint, if you will. Where's the Big Ten? Where are the Big Ten schools? They beat their chest how great they are. I don't see one of them in this College World Series.
2 of them lost yesterday, and those 2 teams in the Big Ten are new in the Big Ten. Southern Cal had a game 1 in the Chapel Hill Regional until they gagged it in the 9th inning.
Ooh.
So USC out of the Big Ten is out. Oregon got beat yesterday by Texas. They're out.
Tough.
And there's really, there's not much of a.
So UCLA, a Big Ten team, they were the number 1 seed.
And they didn't even make it out of the regionals. Georgia Tech was a number 2 seed, by the way. They didn't make it out of the regional either. So
let's see. UCLA, Big Ten team, number 1 seed, out. Oregon, number 11 seed, out. Nebraska, 13 seed, out.
Whoa.
Huh. That is pretty bad.
Nebraska was hosting a regional at Lincoln out of the Big Ten. Ole Miss advanced out of that regional, and of course they advanced against, I can't remember who they beat. But
so, but here's what we hear.
Regional.
Here's what we hear. Well, it's snowing up here in Big Ten country. We can't really play baseball till April. If then. Huh? Going to use that? That's kind of like, we're not going to play a big boy. We're going to play these crappy teams and then maybe get into the college football playoff.
That's another thing. It's another thing Petiti is pushing for, is to move the baseball season back and make it go into the summer session. That way schools like Ohio State and Michigan or whatever, who have good baseball programs, can actually, get started in spring and everything. Like Troy, with the schedule Troy had this year, they brought in Maryland out of the Big Ten. Remember their Big Ten? To play a 3-game series at Troy, because they needed, Maryland's not that far north, but they needed games because it gets cold up there. And of course, Troy beat them in that series bad. So, Yeah.
So let me
those
get
are
this
those
straight.
are the built-in excuses there,
Yeah.
John. Those are.
So
those
when
are the
baseball, I mean, I know there's something called spring training that people, believe it or not, actually go and watch.
Oh, it's great.
And once that's over with, and you've got teams like Boston, New York, Chicago, Detroit, Cleveland, and they start playing and their home opener, it's 38 degrees. Are they complaining? They got to go play. Where's the Tampa and the Braves and the Dodgers? They're experiencing fabulous spring type weather. So those schools up north, too bad. You decided to live up there. You got to play in it. Same thing with the Big Ten.
I've said that to all my people, with the exception of my sister Ginny, the Alabama graduate, and her husband Grant. They live in Bloomington, Indiana, but they got jobs up there. They have to be up there. Everybody else, I'm thinking, they love to tell you how cold it is and all that kind of stuff.
That's right.
Move down where it's warmer.
So,
I mean, there's air conditioning if it gets too hot.
College baseball season because the Big Ten schools can't hack it. No. No, we're not doing that.
Yeah.
You're going to play how we play. But that is amazing. How many SEC schools, and of course, Troy, Sun Belt, Southern School, 6 of the 8. And that's just, I'm saying that because Barry's already said Bama's in, put the jinx on them.
They're in.
I don't think Oklahoma. What's the score in the Oklahoma-Kansas game? Last I saw, Kansas was up.
It was 8-1. Yeah, well, it's 8-1 Oklahoma.
Oh, yeah, they're done.
But that game's only in the 3rd inning. Kansas has to come back and win that game, and then they got to win another one.
No, not happening.
That's not happening.
That's amazing that the number of SEC schools that are going to be in Omaha.
Think about it.
Pretty impressive.
Oklahoma is about to get into the College World Series. John, they went 14-16 in the SEC.
Ooh. So how about this, Barry? Man, how good? So we got Oklahoma and Alabama got an SEC matchup. You got Texas and Georgia SEC matchup.
Yeah.
So you got so on one side of the bracket, 4 of those teams, SEC teams that are going to be facing each other.
Yeah, the other one you got UNC against Ole Miss. So Ole Miss is in, and then Troy in sunny southeastern Alabama against West Virginia.
If Auburn just could have held on and done what all those thousands and thousands of fans were hoping for as they flocked in to Plainsman Park, if they could have just kept winning and Alabama kept winning, they could have played for the national championship in Omaha, Nebraska for all the marbles.
3 Alabama teams in the final 8 would have been awesome. I do feel badly for Auburn fans out there.
You do?
Because this has just been, they've been snake bit, John. I mean, they came this close making the NCAA tournament. They ended up winning the NIT, which Bob from Pike Road makes fun of them for winning the NIT.
Is there an NIT in baseball?
There is not.
There's not? Okay.
They came this close to getting into the postseason for football. No, they didn't. I'm just kidding. That was a joke. They lose in the national semifinals in equestrian. National semis in equestrian.
To an SEC team, I believe.
They had the horses.
Yeah.
Literally.
I think A&M beat them, I believe. Ugh, tough.
And then
how about that golf team, though?
The golf team is there. It is an equestrian school right now.
Mm-hmm.
There was really good baseball, but they didn't make it out of the supers. It's all if Jackson Coyven out of high school went to Georgia.
Ooh.
This would be what is Bob from Pike Road?
Don't say it. A disaster on the pasture. Oh, yeah, just don't say it. But you know what? You know what I'm hearing, Barry? Is these Auburn podcasts pop up on my phone. I got to give these guys. I'm telling you, They are the most positive people I've ever encountered. It is amazing. And when they do start winning and have success, I can't imagine what they're going to be like. But
These
it
guys,
is extremely positive. And then they're pretty good about taking jabs at other fan bases too, I've noticed. But I did hear this. Man, next year, this is a young team. A lot of freshmen and sophomores. They're coming back, man. Next year is going to be our year. I love the positive mindset. Don't let that little, I know we can't score a run, and we've lost 2 super regionals that we've hosted back-to-back years.
Thank you, that. VIP line.
But we're going to talk about this young roster. I didn't hear inexperienced. I did hear young. I think a former coach in football used the term young and inexperienced as an excuse. But they're just young. And, man, they are pretty fired up about this roster coming back because how young they are.
Fans know. They know that. The podcasters know the fans. If you get on there and say, guys, man, Auburn stinks, I don't think they're going to be any good this year.
That's what I'm here
the fans
for.
know this stuff. What they want to hear, what keeps them coming back and clicking and visiting the sponsors is, I'm telling you, this year, did you not hear Barry McKnight give you guys the date of the Birmingham Bowl? You know, and for me, Fred, I'm just saying the Birmingham Bowl is perfectly acceptable. Oh, you're so right, JG. I mean, Joe. This is, you know, I'd be all about the Birmingham Bowl.
Yeah. I mean, recruiting's killing it. I mean, you go to these websites, it's all about football recruiting. Baseball, golf, forgotten about, all about football.
Now, you also see official sponsorships, you know, like Yellowwood is the official, you know, treated lumber of the Auburn Tigers. Golden Flake is the official snack food of the Alabama Crimson Tide.
Yeah,
I do know people that is, they will not eat Lay's. They will not eat O'Boise's. They will not eat Cape Cod. The only potato chip for them was, and will always be Golden Flake because it is the official snack food of the Alabama Crimson Tide. That is a great partnership. Things like the official suppository of that kind of stuff. You're not doing that necessarily. But Bob from Pike Road brings up a good one. U-Haul, if they were the official rental mover of the Alabama Crimson Tide, they could get a lot out of it. Bob from Pike Road says the word is DeBoer will be on the U-Haul commercials this fall. That would be a huge bang for the buck for U-Haul. Hi, I'm Kalen DeBoer, and if I get run out of town, I'm going on a U-Haul. They provide quality, low-cost service for when you've got to get out of town. Go to U-Haul.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Tide. Do Auburn fans use Tide detergent?
Got to, right? I mean, Tide's good quality detergent.
It's good stuff, but I wonder if they use Tide detergent.
You know, I have spooned on liberally many times Bama jelly.
Yeah,
not thought a word about it.
Yeah, their mayonnaise isn't bad either. It's pretty good stuff.
Yeah. Well,
what was the Golden Flake? Now, Barry, I'm with you. Coach Bryant used to open up a bag of Golden Flake, eat them on his show with the Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
But I like the sweet heat potato chip. The pork rinds are excellent. I don't do it just because it's a Bama sponsor. I do it because I think they're good potato chips.
They're terrible. Well,
no.
Let me. I do like Golden Flake. I do. I just don't like the flavors John's talking about. I like Golden Flake. Give me I'm a big fan. What is it called? Anti-Virginias or somebody. They got potato chips and everything.
See, I don't like the dill pickle flavor.
Yeah, that's my problem is you got to hunt around in the convenience store. Give me a by gosh potato chip. When we go on the road with, on the bus and they give you, a sandwich and a potato and potato chips and everything. All the guys are like trading, hey, you got the sweet heat potato chips. I got regular. And I'll get the regular every time. I'm thinking, I don't like dill pickle. I don't like the barbecue. I don't like the sweet heat. I don't like it. And it just the sour cream and chives. Just
there's nothing better.
They know to come to me on the team bus if they're trying to unload their plane and get them some dill pickle or something.
Oh,
because I ain't eating that stuff. Just give me a My Gosh potato chip.
Than a sweet heat golden flake pork rind and an ice cold Bush Light. Man, what a combination. Done it hundreds of times. I mean, I'm telling you, sweet heat pork rinds. I mean, she doesn't eat a lot of them, but the little lady, she likes them. She gets, I can't eat too many of these. You know how women are. But she likes a sweet heat pork rind.
Pork rinds.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I don't know what part of the pig it comes from, but it's pretty good. Now, if you go to the general store, maybe Buc-ee's type of place, they've got like the real, I don't want to say
the porkiest. I mean,
pork rind.
I mean, that thing was oinking 3 days ago, and they put it under some sort of a shrink.
It's kind of tougher.
Yeah,
that's what I like about the golden flake. They're puffy. They're air fried. I mean, they're fried.
Yeah, you take one bite of them, and the whole thing disintegrates in your hand, and it's like dust. That I don't.
Man,
like
they're
it.
so good.
Plus, they're not.
Have some today.
Let's take a break. More to come in just a moment. Not sure of the status of the Victoryland 777 topic wheel, so we may just close out this program.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
More of what we do. I mean, we do all right with what we do. It's Longshore and McKnight in association with Yellowhammer News, presented
at Dixie Overhead Door. We specialize in top-quality garage door solutions for homes across Alabama and Georgia. In need of a garage door repair or a brand new garage door installation, our expert team delivers fast, reliable service with local expertise that you can trust, providing customized solutions and exceptional care every step of the way. Visit us today at DixieOverheadDoor.com and experience the Dixie difference.
Your chance to win big at Victoryland Casino. Play the latest, hottest, most exciting games around with fun bonuses and big jackpots. Don't miss out on your free play. Stop by Player Rewards today and check out this month's exciting free play promotions. Come see why our players keep coming back. You'll have more fun at Victoryland Casino, where you can be a winner too. Victoryland Casino, located off I-85 exit 22, Shorter, Alabama. Must be 21 or older.
We are here.
We're here, ready to go. Got some VIP River Region Straw texting as well as on the chat line. Yes, you heard us correctly. I'm glad you are an astute listener, but you did hear us correctly. Go by Marguerite's Exquisite Jewelry on Vaughn Road, 8163 Vaughn Road in Peppertree, adjacent to Chappie's Deli, and you go in there and say, "Hey, John and Barry sent me because I'm here to get a 3-carat lab-grown diamond for just $9.99. 3 carats, any style, round, square, opal, all the different shapes. I don't know all
square
the diamond
cut,
shapes. Yeah,
the whole deal.
Whatever shape you want,
they got
it. 3-carat lab-grown diamonds, $9.99. The June special out at Marguerite's Exquisite Jewelry, June only. And you tell them you heard it here, you'll get it for $9.99, a 3-carat lab-grown diamond. You did hear me correctly. Also, Barry, on the River Region Straw chat line, I guess I know what I'm getting into here. Hey, Longshore, you've been following the Braves? Look at what they're doing. Answer your question, no, I have not been following the Braves. So what have they been doing?
Well, the Braves are, as of right this moment, yet once again leading the National League Eastern Division by, at the moment, 9.5 games.
Oh, shocker.
Over the Philadelphia Phillies. And yes, indeed, again, the Braves have the best record in the National League at 45-21, winners of 8 of their last 10. Let me check the other side. Yep, best record in Major League Baseball, Atlanta Braves.
Sure, yeah. Well, I would too if I played such a crappy division.
Well, speaking of that, they beat the Pirates 3-2 yesterday.
Ah, the Pirates.
Yeah. Pirates are 2 games over 500 right now. So there is that for the Braves.
Yeah.
And let's see, what do the Braves got ahead of them here?
I'm sure the Expos and let's see here.
Be ashamed of themselves.
The Washington Senators.
I'm pretty sure they got the day off today because my buddies
you're right.
who love the Braves haven't texted me this morning.
Oh, at the White Sox.
Yeah, the White Sox in Chicago starting up tomorrow. And the White Sox are decent as well. Although,
they are decent. Yeah. I'm with you there. That could be an interesting game for me to keep an eye on tomorrow.
Well, you can keep an eye on them, John, because they play tomorrow at 6:40 Central Time on Braves Vision. And like the billboard says, if you get online with Braves Vision now, you can catch the spirit, the fever of the Atlanta Braves for only 40% off of the original early season price.
I don't think so. Can you get it on YouTube TV? Can you get Braves Vision, or you have to have like cable?
No. It doesn't have to be cable. You can get it. I don't know.
Well, I do see that the Yankees are at the Indians tomorrow on TBS. That's interesting. And then you've got I
got the Yankees. Yeah, to be totally correct, it's the Yankees and the Guardians tomorrow.
Well,
not
they'll be the Indians in my book.
Yeah, just like
why is it okay for the Braves to still be the Braves, but the Indians can't be the Indians? Or the Chiefs are still the Chiefs? Well, why is that okay?
I don't.
Why can't they do that?
Well,
wait a minute. We got Washington at San Francisco. ESPN they must be no pro. Wait a minute. I guess it is. Yeah, the College World Series hadn't started yet, so they're going to put some Major League Baseball on.
Let's see. Let's see if we can get some clarification on the status of the Gurn Jr. Victoryland 777 topic wheel, because it's about that time.
I think it was coming out of the locker room. It was warming up there.
Hour. Yeah. Carol Merrill's over there stretching and everything. So she's
still with us, Carol Merrill.
Oh my gosh, you'd have to be like 105. Monty Hall died 10 jillion years ago.
How about Jay Stewart? Hear him? Tell us what they've won, Jay Stewart. He was the.
I thought he was the guy that sang "Shakedown Cruise."
That was Jay Ferguson. So sometimes on
Jay Stewart. This is where John's mind. Jay Stewart died in 1989.
Oh,
1989.
You know, Barry, he was the guy that sometimes the prize, they bring a table out there and a box was on the table.
Yeah.
And Jay would bring the table out there. That's the only time he got any airtime, is if they had a deal like that.
Carol Merrill is still with us.
Carol.
Her last appearance on Let's Make a Deal with Monty Hall was 1977.
Whoa.
She is still here.
Good for Carol.
She's got to be 83, 84 years old. 85. Man. She's 85. Yeah.
Unbelievable. All right. Where's the wheel? I see it. We have got 5 topics today. Let's spin away and see what we get on the Victoryland 777 topic wheel. We don't know what these topics are, ladies and gentlemen. We're seeing them for the first time, as you are.
Big props to Gurn for playing her today. All brought to you by Victoryland 777 Casino, exit 22, I-85, Shorter, Alabama, where you can be a winner too. A TV tower collapses after a storm. Oh, this is at the Memorial?
See this. Oh, wow.
This is why you do it. This is why you like last night, everybody griping lightning in the Alabama game. This is why you do it right here, because of this. TV tower, can we see it?
Yeah, look
at it. It already has collapsed. Yeah, can you imagine if that had happened?
Man, who was in that? Hope Smiley Kaufman went in that tower.
I don't know. Or Brandel Chambly.
Yeah.
That's the same kind of tower that Happy Gilmore played that shot off of and went down the pipe over there too.
Bounce it all. Man, I tell you, the rough at Memorial was a little thick. Yeah, this week.
Yeah, we talked about that. There ain't no second cut. I mean, it's that way all the way up to the lip of the green, and it's like mid-shin.
Yeah, that's tough stuff there.
Everybody. That's more grass than Aiden Hall. But anyway, that's a lot of.
Wow.
That's some heavy grass right there.
That is some tough stuff there. Yeah. Wow, I'm glad nobody was hurt.
That's
all right, what else we got?
Good one. Let's
Memorials, good tournament. Look good on TV as well. All right, 4 more to go. Red, blue, yellow, and green. Where it'll last, where it will stop. Let's check it out. Victoryland exit 22 off I-85, Shorter, Alabama, open 24/7, 365.
First up,
Nelly
Corda She's the best women's golfer in the world.
Yes.
She won the U.S. Women's Open title, birdied 17,
Wow.
and wins by 1.
Boom.
That's what when John has only got 10 in his pocket and that holds for 50, that's what it looks like when it finally drops.
Yeah,
John's
kidding.
like,
man,
let's
took a victory
get
lap
in the
and
hole.
fell in. Yeah, I saw a lot of lip outs at the Memorial. Those greens were tough, but she
Yeah,
was able to
she's the
handle it there at
best.
the U.S. Women's Open.
She is the best. Again,
stuff.
tight match. She wins it by 1 with a birdie on 17. If you're looking at just pure drama, that one was as good a golf tournament as we've had, even maybe better than the Memorial, because you never heard of any of those guys.
No, I really
All right.
haven't. All right. 3 more to go. Yes, the Otis. I did say Washington Senators. That was just kind of for effect, though. The Otis.
Yeah, I think
know
that's the
they're
same
not
reason why he
Senators.
said the Indians and the Yankees.
What is this, Monaco?
Monaco?
What we got here?
Oh, the Monaco Grand Prix. Kimi Antonelli, 5 straight wins.
Good for him.
The Monaco Grand Prix, I mean, it takes a whole country. The whole country is about the size of Cambrian Ridge.
Yep.
So you had to have, that's Lewis Hamilton right there. So you had to have pretty much every street in the whole country was closed off that day.
No traffic.
The kid win it. Kimi Antonelli, he is 19 years old.
Man. Wow.
Man, when I was 19, I had a Mazda GLC that topped out at about 68
Yeah. Great little
miles an
car.
hour. Yeah. John was 19 driving. Of course, he was a senior at JD at that point.
That's right.
So it's weird.
Mhm.
Okay.
That's exactly
Good for Kimi Antonelli. All right.
Good stuff. Okay, let's go. 2 more here on the Gurn Jr. Victoryland 777 topic wheel. Victoryland, where you can be a winner too. It's spinning blue, red.
Discharged, which means that's what Bob from Pike Road thinks was going to happen with Kalen DeBoer.
Ooh, and that's where it is.
Discharged.
Blue.
Uh-oh. Somebody got fired, sacked.
What do we got? Ooh.
Oh, yeah, no. Discharged from the hospital. Christian Erickson, he had already had a seizure back in 2021. He's a professional soccer player for Denmark. And they had a friendly with Portugal. I'm sorry, against Ukraine.
Yeah.
Against Ukraine. And, yeah, he had another little event out there. The guy's 34. He's in the hospital. He's conscious. I don't know if he's out of danger, but Christian, dude, yeah, he had to get resuscitated on the pitch against Finland back in 2021. John, if it was me, I'd have to wave goodbye to everybody. Thanks for the memories, and I ain't doing that anymore. That would be a retirement event for
That's
me.
tough. That's tough. Hope all's good with him. Hope he recovers.
Discharged
I believe
from
we
the
have one
hospital.
more to go.
One more.
And must be, you got to spin it to make it official. I believe it's going to end on hot ticket. I'm thinking NBA here.
I'm
Hot
thinking
ticket.
my wife, but
Well, true. Yeah.
yeah, okay.
Hot ticket.
All right. Oh, yeah, we talked about this for a moment. Game 3 tonight. First game in the NBA Finals for the Knicks since 1999. They lead the series. The president's going to be there. It started out at like $10,000 to get in. Now it's like $6,000. Yeah, down at the very bottom. The cheapest upper deck seats at Madison Square Garden, $6,000.
Jeez. Hey, I get it. 99. I've been waiting so long. Oh, 99. Where
Yes.
could we go wrong?
They're going to party like it's
1999. Yeah, I did not realize it had been that long since the Knicks had made the NBA Finals.
And again, remember, get there early because the president's going to be there. Don't be saying anything stupid as a joke.
Nope.
Otherwise, you're going to be kissing some asphalt, and they're going to go into your entire history. But just have.
And I don't think the president's in a great mood. He walked out of an interview over the weekend. I understand.
That was an ambush interview.
Yeah, they were trying to ambush him. He'd had enough. He said, "I'm done. Yeah. Out of here."
And so are we. Again, this week on the program, tomorrow, of course, it's Brian Matthews from AuburnSports.com. He will join us. We'll also hear from Travis Ryer, Ryer on YouTube tomorrow. My schedule for the week, I will be out on Wednesday because we'll be in transit with the Troy baseball team to Omaha.
Now, do they do this like baseball? Does the NCAA handle all the travel?
Oh, with basketball? Yeah, it's an NCAA charter. It's an NCAA charter like basketball. It'll be out of the Montgomery Regional Airport. I'll do the show from Omaha on Thursday and then have to miss the show Friday. And next week, I plan for the Trojans to be participating all week long and play for the championship a week from today.
How about that? All right, everybody, have a great day. Start of the brand new week here. Hope it's all good for you as well. Barry mentioned tomorrow we'll be back at it, and want to thank Gurn Jr. back at Network Control. And thank you. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Really appreciate that. Helps out with the algorithm. And, of course, even though we're wrapping up our live version, as they say, it's in the can. And that means you can access it however you want throughout the remainder of the day or any day for that matter, because they're archived. Just go to Facebook, YouTube, X, Instagram, Spotify, iTunes, Yellowhammer News, Yellowhammer News Facebook page. It's all there for you. We really appreciate it.
There you go. For John Longshore, I'm Barry McKnight. It's Longshore and McKnight in association with Yellowhammer News, presented by Bud Light.